got an audience outside there.
We do. There's some they're a little too young for what we're looking for. At least what we're going for today. The audience is a little on the young side, but that's what you get when you're in a neighborhood.
That's right.
You know,
good.
These are the kind
live
of
action out there.
Live action.
Live action.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's the dead action.
Yeah. Then it just went to complete.
Like we just had.
It just everything just
from
fell
live
flat.
action to absolutely no action.
But what we hope will not fall completely flat or completely dead is the return of another cider from someone we have what's the term? It's not a. Is it a brewery? Is it a cidery?
Cidery. It says
cidery.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The return from another cidery that we have enjoyed in the past. We just recently enjoyed one. It's the fall in Arizona. It's winter everywhere else.
Yeah.
So we are going to bring another cider to the table for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we are about today, is from Woodchuck Cidery in Middlebury, Vermont. And it is their Private Reserve Barrel Select.
Oh, see, now you texted me about this, and he said, "Oh, I've got another cider from Woodchuck." I said, "Oh, cool." And then he said, "Oh, it's barrel aged," and I said, "Whoa, now you've really got my attention."
That's right.
I was very, very excited.
What kind of barrels is it aged in?
I think it's Kentucky barrels.
Kentucky bourbon barrels.
Bourbon barrels.
Yes. Yeah, actually, Eric Gasson, friend of the podcast, said he has tried this, and he said we should try it.
Okay, he didn't want to go too far.
He knows that. Well, he actually did give me a little bit of description on it.
Oh, okay.
But he's not really a bourbon guy or whiskey guy. He's more the gin. And obviously the sour beers and other things like that. He's not as much into that. So he said, "I think you will like it."
Okay,
that's all he said.
He's all, "I detested it, so I think you will like it."
And then another guy I worked with Jason. He said he bought one, and he's like, "I only want one though." He's like, "That's all I would want is one." But then the more we talked, a little bit later, he's like, "You know what? I'm kind of thinking I want to buy another one of those." So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what we feel about it right now.
Now, when you say one, did he mean a whole? You're selling this? This is actually, you got this at Trader Joe's.
We do have it.
You
at
sell
Trader
this
Joe's.
in 6-packs or 4-packs?
You can buy it by one, but it's a 6-pack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you do that for a lot of your beers and stuff, or is that
any of our beers? Which is kind of a pain in a way, but I mean it's good for the customers, good for me. Actually, like I said, good for Eric because he didn't want to invest in the whole thing. But it is good because any of our just come in and grab one, and of course we wind up with a lot of mixed and matches and milk crates full of singles that are kind of can tend to clog up the back room from time to time.
Okay.
But we do that. But I went ahead and I invested.
And if people actually want to just come in and try a quick taste, you'll open one up for them on the floor?
No. That would be nice.
No, probably not.
No, we don't.
Probably not. No, I didn't think so.
No.
But being able to buy one, that's pretty cool.
That's good. And we have you get your money back if you don't like it. So
what is the price on this?
$8.49, at least at Trader Joe's. I don't know if you'd find it cheaper at Total Wine or somewhere else, but $8.49 for the 6-pack.
And it's 6.9% alcohol?
6.9, which is surprising. It's
pretty good for a cider.
Yeah, most ciders are in the 5 range. I remember the one we carried a few years ago. I remember the one we tried just a couple weeks ago, that had the vanilla.
Yeah,
and
their winter.
And the wood. Yeah, the winter. That was
really good.
That was good, and that was only 5%. So
that's true.
But it certainly looks like bourbon.
It does look like bourbon. It's got
bourbon.
that kind of honey golden color.
Yeah.
Or it kind of looks like a little bit. I had some, actually had some of the Jura Superstition Scotch last night, and a little bit of that color to it, too.
Okay. Was it that kind of a week, or was it just...
No, it was just a nice...
Just a good time.
Just a nice...
Okay.
Yeah, it was just... Right. Well, actually, I was... I thought I had more of it, but I literally probably had a sip left in the bottle. I was like, well, I might as well finish this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, kind of. It was a little sad.
So it's funny now. The winter to me was much more wood. Had much more.
I would agree.
Oak to it.
Vanilla and oak in it. This is more. I think apple.
Apple forward.
Apple, like a nice kind of a red apple. That kind of kind of aroma, and then it goes into the cider quality, and then there's maybe a little bit of a whiskey something at the end, but more of like to me like an Irish whiskey. Because it's kind of, for some reason, it seems to be a lighter aroma. I mean, there's almost
a little savory in there, too. A little savory, smoky, not bacon, but smoky.
There is a little salty, kind of savory.
Yeah, salty, savory, almost peanut brittly.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Huh. Yeah. That's a very complex aroma. I love it.
It is.
That smells really good.
Why wait?
Why wait? No reason.
Well, the apple is there. It's there, but it's not dominant like it was in the nose.
Okay.
There's a little almost. There is a nuttiness to it. I'm thinking of almost like a caramel apple, in a way.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you get that. There's a little sweet. There's a little nut. There's the apple in there, and then at the end there is that. Definitely leaves you with that. The bourbony.
Yeah,
the bourbony goodness.
There is a bourbon. It's more tart than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It almost kind of, other than the liveliness of the carbonation at the front, it kind of negates the front third of my palate. Kind of hits the middle. Really gets pretty tart. Fans out there, and then that good finish of the sweet into the bourbon and stuff like that. So it takes a little bit for it to almost reveal its complexity.
Right.
Because on the first sip, I was like, well, it's just kind of really tart. There's not a lot. And then you kind of have a few subsequent sips, and you're like, oh, okay, that's really building. And there's some really nice flavors in there to chew on.
If you sort of like exhale with that, you definitely get the high sort of bourbon note from that.
That's really good.
To me, it's weird. It's subtle. Like you said, it keeps revealing itself.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, the winter that we had, was kind of, to me, whoa. There's I get the wood in there, and that really just was what it was from the beginning. This one's kind of like, I guess I expected it to jump out, kind of just like that one did. But I like that this is subtle, and has that depth and kind of keeps going. Wow.
Would you say it's private about its reserve?
It is.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's reserved, and
it is reserved.
It is reserved. Yeah, I like it because there is a lot more depth there, and I initially wanted to say that I thought the winter was much better, but I think it was just because that one just jumped out at you right away of like, wow, all these great flavors. And I think they're both awesome in their own way. So it just kind of depends on what you're in the mood for.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say too. I'm like, well, I'm kind of let down by this. I think I really like the other one a lot.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Inside, and I was like, hold on. Put the brakes on that. 100%. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So,
well, once again, another great cider, I think, from Woodchuck. I've been happy with almost everything that we have had from them. They've just all been very interesting and unique. And for some reason, to me, like I always thought there wasn't a lot you could do. Well, it's apple cider. What do you?
Right.
But they, at least this place in particular, has found ways to do very different things. That I think
Crispin,
are quite
we've
good.
seen them.
Yeah, and Crispin. Yeah, actually,
from them. I mean, this is definitely an enjoyable style of beverage for me. I'm really, it's not like I've been loading up on it or anything, but
you have bought more of the winter though.
I did buy more. Well, also because Kristen said she'd like to have one on Christmas Eve,
and then that means you buy a case.
Yeah, I wish I could.
I'd like to have one bottle.
No, I asked her the other day. I called her and I said, now when you said that, I said, is that something you'd really like for us to have on hand? Or was that just one of those, yeah, it was kind of good, but I got a little excited, but no, I don't really. No, but she said no, she'd like to.
Oh, that's cool.
So we'll probably be bringing some of this over for Christmas Eve.
Oh, nice.
So
I definitely would like to have another one of those.
Yeah.
That was quite tasty. So, hopefully everyone else will go out and try a cider this holiday season. And while you're out and about, definitely head on over to the website at AboutBeverages.com, and you can find the tasting notes for this cider along with where it hits on our recommendation scale. And while you are out doing all of your shopping for the holidays and beverage purchases, definitely take us along with you, either for our podcasts or the drink database, which is where we have a lot of the other things that we're trying throughout the week. That's usually where could be some more wines and things happening. I know we've been very beer focused, but that's just kind of where we're at.
It's true.
It's not that we don't love wine. Right, I bought some wine today. It's just nothing out there has kind of been like, oh, we've got to definitely try this thing.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where it's at. And also be following us on Untappd and Facebook and Twitter and all of these amazing things. You can always be out and about finding us somewhere.
That's right.
But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.